I've always been very obsessed with the future. Part of that was generated by the Eagle comic, Dan Dare, Pilot of the Future, and I thought designing the future would be a really cool thing. For me, landscape, both its existence and one's journey through it, is a spiritual experience. Most people know my work for the paintings because they were distributed so widely. And the paintings, I thought, were a kind of a good way of increasing an audience and selling an idea of a better place to live.
When he does these paintings, it's not like he paints on here. This is like a wall, the canvas.
I had some really good advice, there was a teacher at Canterbury called Jerry Davis who was teaching us basically drawing. And I was given the advice that if I went to the Royal College, I should go apply to the furniture school because David Pye was such a good professor. When I left college, the first job I got was to design the interior of Ronnie Scott's Jazz Club. And my idea was to produce landscapes of seating, furniture as landscape, if you like. And they did. They got the idea, they got the results they wanted, but for me it was incredibly laid back. It was this kind of grey and it was flat plains, and I wanted to show them what it could have been. If only fate, inspiration, their courage had taken us there, I guess their resources. I was showing them these ideas. I said, we could have built this. It could have all been flexible. You could have sat any you wanted. These things were organic shapes that moved and changed as you sat on them. I'd already developed patents along those lines. So I was mad keen to show them what should have been, what could have been. And they loved it, yeah, but they came back and said, but, where's that picture with the demons? Yeah, that one. Can we use that as an album cover? Oh, okay. Yeah, why not? And from then I thought I got paid more for doing the album cover than I did for doing these, and it seemed to me what a fabulous way to show off ideas. I don't have to take my book around and show everybody. I can get it printed and everyone can see it. I was basically trudging around the record companies and the bands with a portfolio, and I saw Phil Carson, who classic line to me was, I've only got 2 bands, Led Zeppelin and Yes, but as soon as one needs a cover, I'll call you, which he did, bless him.
Suddenly Roger offered us a kind of fresh, positive direction, and that logo was starting to get in shape, and that was going to become the centerpiece for Close to the Edge.
What I do is I build a world where the Yes music seems to coexist very well. If I do anything that relates to the title, to the music, it's the title we work on. I think, Close to the Edge, Fragile, Union, if you look at those titles, in essence they're neutral. It could be anything, and it gave me terrific freedom. But Magician's Birthday, Wizards and Demons, they rather pull you to something, don't they? Floating Rocks. I love them. For me, they give a fantastic sense of tranquility and peace, and I love that. I am actively looking for, if you like, a spiritual path in the paintings, and this was, if you like, a shortcut. The Floating Rocks. They meant a lot to me, actually. Perhaps I should have overdone it, I don't know. I went into painting, and the paintings, about the same time that CDs came along and this little teeny image, I went from doing pictures that size to pictures 6 foot by 4 foot, and sometimes 9 foot by 6 foot. So my pictures grew at the same time as the CDs shrunk them.
He doesn't come up with images easily. What I would say is that, I mean, we spent an awful lot of time on discussing what image we were going to have, and we came up with the idea of a dragon on the first Asia record.
I never meant to be so bad to you.
I think if anyone said, what's your masterpiece of your drawing period, I'd say Uriah or Asia Pyramid. But I switched in the early 80s to painting, really. And there was a couple of reasons for that. The first reason was that when I was doing the early work, Tales, Uriah, whatever, the painting, if you like, was a world, a window into a world. And I didn't want any clutter on the pane of glass, as it were. No technique had to show. I just wanted to go straight into that world. I like paintings of mine that are intrinsically very simple but look very complex. A typical example of that is Rick Wakeman's Journey to the Centre of the Earth. The good thing about working with music is that it allowed me terrific freedom. So I had the freedom to do what I want, and I had the push to go to new places all the time. I don't try anything. It's much more intuitive and unstructured than that. When I have the idea, my primary concern is what am I going to do to make it work? And I set about drawing the material in the form it will be so I can assemble it into something that will work. So in a way that becomes very much like a conventional design process. The idea is past. The idea is now being brought to life. But that experience of it suddenly popping into your head is wonderful, and it's addictive too. You want to experience that again.